Welcome to Chapter 3 of this section, Avoid Impulse Purchases. Once you figure out the difference between needs and wants, you'll realize that some of the purchases that you make are actually just on impulse and you're buying them to satisfy an emotional need in the moment. Businesses understand this and use various tactics to manipulate you into buying more things that you don't really need. Some examples of this are advertising, store layouts, and product placement. Impulse buying cost Americans $18 billion in 2017, and that number is likely higher now because of the rising cost of living and increase in online shopping. To avoid impulse purchases and unnecessary spending, here are some simple tips based on my experience as a former impulsive shopper. Don't save your credit card information for online shopping. This will stop you from buying things you didn't plan for. That extra few seconds where you have to find your credit card and enter the information may actually stop you from buying things that you don't need. Avoid malls and shopping centers as much as possible. Temptation is hard to resist, and like I said before, retailers use psychological tricks to get you to spend more money. Make a shopping list beforehand and stick to it, especially when you go grocery shopping. Shopping without a plan can lead to impulse purchases and overspending. Reflect on your purchase decisions. Ask yourself if you really need something and if it'll be useful in the long term. If you can also find a better price somewhere else, try to make sure that you can find that price before you make the purchase. Consider if the purchase also aligns with your financial goals. Use the 7-day rule. Wait for 7 days before making non-essential purchases that you could have significantly impacting your finances. This gives you time to think and evaluate whether you need a product or not. I personally use the 7-day rule to cut down spending significantly, especially with online purchases. I would take 7 days to make a decision on whether I need to buy something by asking myself the following questions. Do I really need this, or would it be an impulse purchase? Will I actually get much use out of it in the long term? Can I substitute it with something else I already own? If I really want this item, can I find a better price somewhere else? After the 7-day period, usually I would just realize that I was, in fact, about to buy something that I didn't need. If, for any reason, I still wanted it a week later, I would buy it. The 7-day rule is just a guide, and it depends on the impact that the purchase will have on your finances. You may wait longer for bigger purchases. So let's say you wanted to buy a car, you may wait a little bit longer, but then you may not wait at all if you want to buy something small like a coffee. Using the strategies listed got me to stop making emotional and impulsive purchases and instead evaluate my purchases using logic. Using these tips can help you avoid buyer's remorse, save money, and even prevent unnecessary clutter in your home.